What's up, everybody? I'm just chilling here in my backyard with my pool, my mansion, and my model. Now, I'm not going to show you how to get these things. I'm going to talk about how to get an amazing physique. I'm not putting in 7 days at the gym like most people, like my model here, 7 days a week. We're going to talk about supplements.
What's up, guys? Just chilling here in my backyard with my pool and my model. But I'm not here to tell you guys how to get those things. This is my parents' house. I hired that model. I'm here to talk to you guys about supplements and are they really that important for you? So, me and my model here, we want to talk to you about these things. Yes, he's very expensive. But we wanted to talk to you from my perspective. I know I can't be giving lifting advice because I'm not that big, but I'm on the journey and I'm on the process. He, however, is bigger, so he has more experience firsthand. So I'm kind of talking from my perspective on how to get there, and he's already there.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Dream Builder here.
Dream Builders, plural today, actually.
Yeah.
Reunited again.
But if you guys haven't seen the Kino Body ads, that was what we were doing in the beginning. But we did want to talk about supplements, their importance to overall aesthetics or strength or just performance overall, and basically, are they really as important as the fitness models and the industry say they are? Because there's a lot of advertisements in magazines online saying, buy this supplement, and then they have this really, jacked looking model like Steve Cook or somebody next to him promoting it. And is it really, that important to have these supplements? So we're going to talk about that. Also, maybe some nutrition, sleep, and just kind of everything all together, exercise, that will promote a healthy and good-looking physique. So, what did you want to start with out of all of those?
Well, I think we should start with some lifestyle habits, and that kind of goes along with exercise and sleep, being the 2 points of that, because obviously if you're not exercising or you're not sleeping well enough, more so on the exercising end of things, I mean, you might be able to squeak by with just the exercise and still make some progress. Newbie gains are real. But once again, if you're not currently like on some kind of regiment or program or going to the gym on a regular basis, you're not going to see anything. You're wasting your time. If you go every now and again, and even if you're just like, as some people say, if you're just going there to exercise, you're not there to train. I feel like doing that today. Maybe I should do some squats. I don't know. Go with the plan, execute it. And obviously different goals varies and stuff like that. But if you're not exercising, obviously you're not going to get anywhere in terms of improving your body in any way, shape, or form. In terms of sleep as well, sleep once again probably doesn't play as big as a factor if you're, as opposed to just not exercising. But it does definitely help in recovery. And if you're not sleeping and you're not recovering, then you're not going to make as much progress as you would like to make. So I think that's the very first thing you guys should get in order before you even think about moving on to the next part.
So I haven't been lifting as long as Alex has, but I started lifting end of junior year in high school. I'm in college now, so I've been lifting for a couple years, but when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. But I was still going fairly consistently. I think I went 3 times a week, and I didn't have the necessary components I needed to build muscle. So I did experience the newbie gains like he was talking about. The first month or so is where you experience all these gains because your body's not used to what you're doing, so it grows rapidly. But after that, it kind of tapers off. But I was getting maybe 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. I was getting up at 5:30 every day to go to school, and I was staying up too late at night. And also, I was not eating hardly enough just to even maintain my body weight. So I wouldn't eat breakfast because I wasn't hungry in the morning at 5:30. And then at school, we had these like tiny little lunches that would barely feed like my little cousins. And so I would go pretty much all day without eating, have that one meal at lunchtime, and then after school, I would just kind of snack and eat like chips and stuff like that. So it really was not conducive to building muscle. Even though I did experience some gains, I was like really, really skinny before this. It could have been way better if I had more sleep, more nutrition. So now that I'm aware of this, I'm actually implementing this, and I'm seeing a lot more results, a lot more strength gains as well. So it's really, really important that you have a balance of all these to gain muscle and strength.
Absolutely. And kind of tagging along there on the no game training in high school. Even though obviously I was training with football team and stuff like that, but I never took. The only thing I really took seriously was the training portion of it. I got pretty bad sleep in high school. My diet was crap. And kind of the same deal. Like, I didn't really feel like eating. It was like, I don't need that, and hence why I didn't weigh more than 160 coming out of high school. So then after that, like you said, if you get everything dialed in, especially your diet, and we were discussing this before, we both believe that diet, if you had to pick one of the holy trinity between exercise, recovery, sleep, that kind of stuff, and diet, I would say diet all day, every day. And sadly, it's probably one of the hardest parts as well to get dialed in and find out what works best for you, because we're all so different. Some people can handle different things a lot better than others. But right now, my diet's out of whack just because of the crazy schedule that I'm in right now. But when my diet is dialed in and I'm on a set, I know what I got to eat, I know how much I got to eat. Not necessarily calorie counting. I'm not really much for that. It's just kind of based on a feel and knowing, okay, that's roughly around there, and I'm probably got 3,000, 4,000 calories today. That's good. But I think that alone is going to make the biggest progressions and changes in your physique that most people are looking for in terms of gaining muscle and losing the unwanted fat. It's just getting that diet dialed in.
So I just want to go into something real quick. Just basics on nutrition. I'm actually a nutrition major in college right now. But basically, if you want to lose weight, you need to have less calories than your body burns in a day. If you want to maintain, you have about the same calories as your body burns. And then if you want to gain weight, whether it be muscle or just gaining fat and weight in general, which nobody really wants to gain just fat, but for principles and just basics, if you eat more calories than your body burns, then you gain weight. What was really hard for me is because I usually have to eat a lot of calories in order to gain weight. And I just found it easy. If you go to this website called Super Tracker, and you just type in Google Super Tracker Body Weight Planner, it'll ask you for height, weight, activity level, and it'll basically calculate a rough estimate of how many calories you need to, and it'll also ask you your goals, whether you want to lose weight, maintain, or gain, and then it'll give you kind of an estimate of how many calories you should be eating. And just depending on how experienced you are, you may need to use MyFitnessPal to put in how many calories you're eating a day. Or if you're just kind of an intuitive eater, you can kind of figure that out on your own based on how hungry you are, how full you are, and stuff like that. But those are just kind of the basics of nutrition. And if you don't have those basics down, no matter what supplements you're taking, it's not really going to help you in the long run. The only supplement I take is just a protein shake supplement after a workout. I don't take any creatine or anything like that. But the supplement, the word itself is to add on to your diet. It's not to replace your diet. So that's just important to keep in mind that your diet comes first. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week thing. You can't just eat healthy one day and then eat crap the rest of the week and expect to get results. It's something, and vice versa. If you are eating really well and you just happen to have a cheat day where things just aren't going your way, you're eating donuts and cakes, it's not going to completely ruin your physique. Your health and just overall fitness is a gradual, lifelong thing. It's not going to change in a day, bad or worse, or not bad or worse, for good or bad. It's something that takes a long time, and you just need to work at it.
Absolutely. And same thing going on, so most of the people that just now, especially people who want to gain muscle or lose fat, really crack, they're really fast. They come to me and they ask me oh, what supplement should I take? And you shouldn't take any supplements. Get your diet dialed in, and kind of going along. Calorie surplus or calorie deficit has big impact, absolutely. But I think more importantly, I don't once again, because I don't like to count calories and kind of some intuitive eater type deal. But what I say is a good way to think about when you're eating. Ask yourself: is this food that I'm about to take in nutritionally dense, or is it just crap? Is it just high calorie nothing? which is like donuts. Even though we love donuts.
Donuts, fast food usually.
Yep.
There are some fast foods that you can get that are somewhat nutritious, but most of the time they're just high calorie.
Just go for foods that are nutritionally dense, and that, you know, because of that reason, doesn't mean your palate has to be super boring with the good old fashioned like just chicken and rice. You know, there's so many options that you can use, and we may even do like a video about like a day of eating or something like that down the road, just so you guys an idea. But like I said, definitely get the diet dialed in first before you even think about supplements.
Get your diet down, and then if you're deficient in something or you can't find ways to get enough protein a day, then you start adding supplements.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get most of your nutrients, most of your protein and stuff just from food. Supplements aren't really needed.
Yep.
So, but I think that's mainly it. We can talk more in depth about like sleep and exercise in like our own separate videos. And
Yeah, definitely.
go into why they're important, why it's necessary. But out of all of them, nutrition, out of the big three, diet, exercise, sleep, nutrition is probably the biggest, most influential component out of all of them. So,
because of this thing you're going to be doing most of the day. Cool. With that, guys, you got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, you guys know the deal. Be sure to like and comment down below if you have any questions about this video or any videos you want to see next. Be sure to subscribe. You can do that right here. Yes. And if you haven't seen my latest YouTube video, or my latest YouTube video,
Go check it out.
yeah, it's gonna be right here. And if you haven't got yourself any barbender apparel like we're both wearing right here, you're gonna click right here.
Right there, click it.
And with that, guys, I'll see you guys next time.